Because there's another example. If you voted for Joe Biden, because Joe Biden was supposed to be the anti-Trump. He was supposed to care about immigrants. He doesn't. Kids are still in cages. Kamala Harris is telling immigrants don't come to America. He's still building Trump's wall and taking people's houses to do it. That's Joe Biden is doing that. He's ramping up funding for the police. He's not even giving you not only not giving you Medicare for all, he won't give you a public option, which he promised. He won't give you student debt relief. He won't give you anything. In fact, he's doing the opposite of what he said he would. He's we just did this story. He's keeping a law. He's defending a law that discriminates against LGBTQ, and now. Here's another one. Biden Department of Justice calls California law banning for-profit immigration facilities extreme in appellate arguments backing GEO Group. Ugh. So Joe Biden is literally standing up for private prisons. And the private prisons that are going to incarcerate immigrants.
Imagine if that headline had 2 less words. And it was the way it should be. Biden DOJ calls California for-profit immigration facilities extreme.
Yeah.
That's what that headline should say. But it doesn't.
But he calls the law banning them extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So California is passing a law that bans private prisons from detaining immigrants. Joe Biden says that's extreme. You shouldn't do. That's extreme in a bad way. Backing the GEO Group's effort to overturn a California law banning for-profit immigration detention centers, an attorney for the Biden administration's Department of Justice urged the Ninth Circuit to strike down what he called the state's extreme statute.
God.
This is the guy you voted for because he wasn't Trump. This is the guy. He just ramped up the ISIS budget, and now here he is. The kids are still in cages. Kamala Harris is telling immigrants, stay out of America. They're still building your border wall, and he's now fighting to keep immigrants in private prisons. Why? Because Joe Biden is a sociopathic tool of the oligarchy, first, second, and third. Despite that President Joe Biden campaigned on a platform that included ending private immigration facilities. No business should profit from the suffering of desperate people fleeing violence, Joe Biden declared in his immigration platform, contrasting his position from his predecessors. So he's pretending to be different from Trump when he was running. And now he's president, and he's exactly like Trump. He's keeping Trump's tax cut, $1 trillion, unbelievable upward transfer of wealth. He's ramping up the $20 billion more for military. He's screwing over immigrants. He's not giving you health care. He's not giving you a living wage. All the stuff he campaigned on. Taking a remarkably different stance in court on Monday, Biden's Department of Justice went to a federal appeals court in Pasadena, asking a panel of judges to block a California Assembly Bill 32, which bars contracting with GEO Group and other private contractors in that state. So this is just straight up oligarchy. This is a banana republic. This is the guys with the money gave it to the Democratic Party and said, you got to kill this goddamn bill. And they're doing it. Joe Biden's doing it. Biden's Justice Department attorney described the state law as extreme and extraordinary. The American Civil Liberties Union argued in court in favor of California over Biden's Department of Justice, arguing nothing in the U.S. Constitution barred California's action. So you all voted for Joe Biden thinking he was going to be better for immigrants and not as horrible as Trump. Well, you're a fucking chump. You're a chump. He's anti-LGBTQ. He's anti-immigrant. He's anti-worker. He's anti-sick people. You know what he is pro? He's pro-Wall Street. He's pro-war. He's pro-military-industrial complex. He's pro-big pharma, and he's pro-health insurance companies and fracking. Guess what he's anti? He's anti-you. That's what Joe Biden is. He's anti-you. And he already told you before you voted for him that he wasn't going to change anything. And guess what? He hasn't changed anything, including Trump's immigration policies, including Trump's tax cuts that funneled $1 trillion up to the oligarchs, including not giving you a living wage, including not giving you health care. Nothing's changing from him and Trump. I bet Joe Biden deports more Hispanics than Donald Trump did. What do you think, Ron?
I think it's absolutely incredible that we live in a country where not having the healthcare system the rest of the industrialized world figured out decades ago is an extreme. Not giving people healthcare during a pandemic is an extreme. Not taking climate change seriously is an extreme. Not wanting to end an economy of war is an extreme. But ending private for-profit immigration facilities, that's extreme.
Yes.
You can't end that. That's extreme. Wow.
Wow.
Up is down.
Up is down, in is out. Wow. Congratulations, shit libs. You got Joe Biden, and now you're not doing a fucking thing to push him on this. Hey, go to the executive producer of The Simpsons. Pretty powerful guy, pretty rich guy. Dana Gould is his name. So he came at me on Twitter over me not voting for Joe Biden because of immigrants. And I had to explain to him that the kids in cages were built by Joe Biden and Barack Obama, and the kids were put in those cages by Joe Biden and Barack Obama. He didn't even want to believe me. He called me a right-winger. That's the executive producer of The Simpsons. Now you know why The Simpsons is not relevant anymore in our culture. They're supposed to be commenting on the culture, and now you got a right-winger as the executive producer of the fucking Simpsons, who doesn't know anything about Medicare for all, doesn't know anything about immigration. By the way, go to his Twitter feed. Let's see if he's tweeted about this. I'm going to tell you he hasn't. And I use that guy because he's powerful and he's super wealthy. And he's a perfect example of the shit libs. They don't know anything about what's going on, except they don't like Trump because Trump stimulates their shadow. They like to project everything bad onto Donald Trump. He'll never take on Joe Biden. They'll never do that because they're gutless. They're nutless wonders. All the shit libs voting for Joe Biden and extracting nothing for it and shaming other people for pointing out how horrible he is. That's what half my friends in Hollywood do now. That's what they did. And they're what we like to call shit libs. Just like the executive producer of The Simpsons, Dana Gould. It was a big deal. You were a bad person if you didn't vote for Joe Biden because of immigration. Well, where the fuck is Dana Gould, the executive producer of The Simpsons, now? Where is he? Is he fucking screaming about this? No. He doesn't give a shit about immigrants or poor people or people who are sick and can't afford health care or people with student loan debt. He doesn't give a shit about that. He's a 50 millionaire who got his money from Rupert Murdoch most of his life. He doesn't give a shit. Those are the shit libs that I want you to be aware of. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.